Hey girl. Girl, you won't believe what just happened. I just got paid. That's great. No, I just got paid and I still don't have any money. It's like it just gets feet and ups and walks away from my account. Oh, sounds like you need to watch my 5 Easy tips on how to save some money. It'll really bless your soul. Hello guys, I'm Christy and welcome to my channel. I consider myself a professional adult. Basically, it just means that some days I am killing it at the game of life. Like, I'm on it. Other days, not so much. No clue what I'm doing. But I have learned a few tips and tricks along the way that have helped me and can hopefully help you too. Today, we're going to be talking about money and ways to be able to start saving no matter where you find yourself on the financial spectrum. Tip number 1, make your own coffee. Let's go. Alrighty, so while we do my coffee, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I love cold coffee. It does not matter what the season is, I could drink cold coffee every single day. And to be able to get my cold coffee fixed, I used to go to Starbucks every single day, without fail. Could I afford Starbucks every single day? Well, I made it happen. But was it wise? Absolutely not. I didn't like making it on my own because I didn't like how it tasted. I couldn't figure out what the formula was. But then also when I would get it out of the refrigerated section, it always just felt kind of blah and yuck. So at $7 a day, which rounded out to about $2,500 a year, I figured, hey, that's a small price for me to be happy. But then I moved to a place where there wasn't a Starbucks, or at least there wasn't one very close. And I just became very aware of how much money I was spending and that I had gotten into the habit of going to Starbucks when it wasn't really something I needed. So there was a local coffee shop that I would go to and I started watching how they make my coffee. And I realized that what I really liked was the taste of espresso. I loved the strength of it. And so that's what I did. I bought an espresso maker. I learned how to be able to make it. And now I do it myself every day. And it tastes the same. Actually, it tastes even better. It's something that I love and part of my daily routine. And I'm not spending so much money. 61% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And that is including people who are making over $100,000 a year. So what that means is that whether you're making a lot of money or little, oftentimes, not always, but many times living paycheck to paycheck can be remedied by checking to see if we are living beyond our means or making choices that don't serve our pocket, like going to get Starbucks every single day. Tip number 2, make a budget. Now, shouldn't this be tip number 1? Of course, it should be tip number 1, but I start out my day drinking the coffee. First, we drink the coffee, then we make the budgets. Ergo, tip number 2. Budgeting is a way for you to track what you are spending, but then also be able to just kind of know where your financial situation is on a whole. When you spend without tracking, it is a surefire way for your money to make wings and fly away. So we talked earlier about how 61% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Another study by the Penny Hoarder found that 55% of people had no clue how much money they'd spent in the previous month. I'm wondering if there's a connection there. I think sometimes budgeting can be like going to the doctor or stopping to get an oil change. Like you know you need to do it, but you're either afraid or you just don't want to. Thankfully, it isn't something that you have to think about daily, but it is something that you want to have at the semi-forefront of your mind to prevent overspending and to see where you have some wiggle room. This can also be really easy. Very basically, all you need is 4 pieces of information. 1, you need to know how much you're making each month. 2, you need a list of all your bills. 3, you need to know when you need to pay those bills. And 4, how much money you have left over. You can do this through a Google Sheet, an Excel document, budget app. My husband and I have a Google Sheet that makes it really easy for both of us to be able to see and pull up whenever we need or wherever we are. We're newly married and have prepped our budget sheet both monthly and weekly to determine what is working best for us. We like having the flexibility to change it up as we see fit. Tip number 3, monitor your subscriptions. Now, I love a good true crime podcast. On the way to work, check. During a workout, check. After work, check. I guess not really in that order, but you get what I'm saying. Love it. However, left unchecked, I have been known to be a little bit ridiculous about my streaming platforms. It is really important to check these because they can eat up your money so fast. Sometimes you don't even feel it because it's like $10 here, $5 there, $15 here. With a gradual switch to lots of different forms of media and ways to be entertained or make life easier, see me in air quotes, it really is easy to set a free trial for something and then just forget to end it. I mentioned that I love podcasts, and so for a while I had Spotify and Stitcher and Apple Podcasts and all the podcasts for being able to easily listen to them. And so if you're trying to manage your finances, you can have all of those, but have the free version. Either suck it up and just listen to the commercials, or have a premium subscription to just the one platform that you use the most. Tip number 4, eat the groceries you buy. So let's chat while I show you how we got to this yummy food. I do some eating out. I wouldn't say a lot, but I will say that I have been guilty. What I've been most guilty of is buying groceries and then not using all of them. How does this happen? Sometimes I overbuy, such as I overestimate how much of something I need. Also, I can be really bad about getting into moods where, I don't know if it's bad, but getting into moods where I eat something and then that's all I want for the rest of the week, really neglecting the other things that I bought. And while I know this about myself, I don't actually love meal prepping for days on end in that traditional sense of meal prepping because something about that just feels very restrictive. So what I have found works well for me is food prepping. I like to think of it like walking into the food bar at Whole Foods. To have food already prepared and be able to combine in whatever way suits my fancy really works well for me. So we buy the foods that we know we're going to eat every week, like salad stuff, eggs, yogurt, bread, all of those things that are staples. And then we try to plan a couple of special meals that we're going to have at some point throughout the week and plan combinations around those things. For this meal, my husband made steak, which was amazing, and still had some left over. From that, I made avocado toast with the steak, and it was so good. And even better was that I already had all of the things in my refrigerator. So the biggest thing about this tip would be to commit to using whatever groceries you have. If you're anything like me and get in the mood for some random food on a whim, you may find it helpful to try a method of delayed gratification where you tell yourself you can have it, it's not off limits, but first you need to eat the food you already have. Most likely you will be satisfied and okay with getting that thing another day. But I can almost guarantee you that you won't walk away from it feeling like, ugh, I knew I should have gone out. I'm never eating my food ever again. Tip number 5, pay yourself. I got some money, I got some money, I got some money, money. This, of course, is savings. You have all of these other responsibilities to other people. Why not make an investment into yourself or have a responsibility to yourself? Now, you're probably thinking, but I don't have any money. That's the problem. You can really start anywhere, even if that's just 1% of your income, or if you're able to save 20, whatever the percentage is, really making it be a non-negotiable to yourself so that as soon as you get paid, that money comes off the top and you have a place that you're putting it that you don't touch. For all of you beautiful people who have stuck around, you are the real MVP. And your grand prize is a bonus tip. What? Yes, so you get a bonus tip. And that is to plan your treat. Now, I firmly believe that if you are not able to do anything with the money that you have saved, what's the point? There is no fun to having a lot of money that you can't do anything with. So it's important to have something in mind that you are saving up for. All right, so tiny tangent. Do you remember the show Scandal? Well, Olivia Pope's style was my just ultimate goal to be able to get to. I was obsessed with her clothes, but mostly with her wine glasses. I mean, my goodness, they were huge and they were so elegant and the long stem, but they were expensive. As a grad school student at $15 a pop, to be able to get a full set of, 4 big ones and 4 smaller big ones was gonna be about $120. So I saved up my money, which means I had to rethink some of my purchases to be able to get these wine glasses that I wanted. And while it may not have been a big purchase, so to speak, it was enough of a driving factor for me to rethink, do I want Starbucks today? Probably. But do I want to go shopping? Maybe not. So I saved up my coins and I made my dreams happen. And look at them. We have mama wine glass and we have baby wine glass, and I am happy. Think about it. Plan that treat for yourself, because after implementing all of these tips, you deserve it. Oh, cheers. Alrighty friends, so we have come to the end of our video, but I will see you again next week. I have had so much fun chatting it up with you guys. If you like this video, please just go ahead and hit that like button down below. Also, I would love to hear which of these strategies you plan to immediately implement, or if you have some strategies of your own, go ahead and comment those as well. And finally, if you want to hang out a little bit more, you know you do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's just chat it up and do life together. My goal is for you to feel encouraged and inspired, that you smile a little bit, but also that you know that you are just on time to live the life of your dreams. With that said, I hope you have an amazing and blessed week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Shadows on. Lo nuevo de 2020.